pull up, pull up.
All Level 1 qualified recruits report to the ready room for your Level 2 qualification flight.
What's up, YouTube? It's me, Zilch. Been a while. It's been months and months and months and months. And there's lots of reasons for that, but I'm not going to get into them right now because you don't care. But if you happen to remember my channel, thanks. I appreciate that. It actually does mean a lot. I've been wanting to put something online lately, but don't really have the time. You'll notice this is not Star Citizen, this is not DCS, this is X-Wing, my old favorite from 1999. What I want to do is play the whole campaign through. But before I do that, I want to do a little warm-up session, talk about how to fly, fight, manage your starfighter, and maybe some joystick mapping that might help you out, how to dogfight a little bit, and kind of prioritize your targets, kind of tactics, strategy, mission awareness, and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of general X-Wing tips that if you have never played an X-Wing game, first off, I'm so sorry for you. Second, back in the day, these were considered pretty sophisticated kind of space flight sims, although today they're, I don't know if I'd call them a simulator. Space flight game, space simulator flight game. How do you simulate physics that aren't really determined because we don't know how Star Wars things actually work? It's more about do they look cool and tell a story than simulate any kind of like real world physics. We're not gonna hash that out today. What we are gonna do is fly an A-wing, and I'm gonna put ion pulse warheads in here because in this series of games, you are part of a team, but you are really the only one who's going to get the job done. So you're not going to get an increased score or more kills or anything by loading these ion pulse warheads, but you're going to make your drop them on the capital ships at the right time. You're going to increase the chances that your side wins. I'll show you how to do that. I haven't lost this scenario in years. It's an even fight, basically, as close to even as you get in Star Wars. Each side has a heavy and a light capital ship. Your objective is to destroy the other teams and save your own. Pretty basic. A-Wing is my favorite, so I'm going to be flying those. Obviously, A-Wing's going to be, if you're coordinating your starfighter squadrons, you're probably going to have the A-Wings do interceptor and escort duty, basically anti-starfighter, space superiority stuff, which we will do. We'll look at what they have, what we're going to prioritize. These gunboats, these heavy rockets will make very quick work of our light cruiser, especially if fired in formation. TIE bombers armed with the now cannon mag pulse warhead, which are pretty, they don't sound too threatening, right? What they do is, no matter what your shield state, if you get hit by one, your weapons go offline for like what feels like an eternity. I don't know if it's 10, 30 seconds, whatever. But if there's a capital ship and it gets hit by a mag pulse, its weapons go down. That leaves it unprotected against warheads. So the bombers, in conjunction with these gunboats, are really nasty and can drop your cruiser pretty quick. So you want to take these out. So let's get to it.
This is 3. I've got a starship
Okay,
firing
so
at
right
me.
away
This
we're
is
going to
4.
link
I'm under heavy fire.
our cannons to dual fire. That's the only thing you should really be using when flying the A-Wing. Jam the throttle full forward and
Enemy in range!
catch these gunboats as far away from your cruiser as possible. And we're going to start firing at them.
This is 6. Their turbo lasers
Not
are
really
targeting
to
me.
kill them right away, but
Got
to
him.
get him to break up the formation. See, once he evades, he's not going to be launching rockets, at least not right away, so it buys us a little bit of time. Once these rockets start squirting out, we're going to shoot those down as much as we can. Even one of these rockets does significant damage against the capital ship, so we're just going to hopefully not get hit by one. And shoot them down. Because like I said, you can't shoot down the rockets and the mag pulse warheads at the same time, but those TIE bombers, they hit the cruiser shields go down, and it is just open to attack. Those rockets are pretty much guaranteed to hit. Alright, note about speed. Alright, so now their formation is broken up. They've dumped their first volley of warheads. We're going to start picking them up.
That'll stop them cold. Keep it up.
Oh, jeez.
Imperial training seems a bit slack.
They're doing alright. Smoke one of these bombers, gonna break. Right. So the A-Wing being the fastest starfighter in the Alliance Starfighter Corps.
What is that eye?
You don't need to worry too much about whether you can catch up with things or not. But you can overshoot your targets. Yes.
One less imp to worry about.
So what I do in this series is you'll notice one of the things that sets it apart from like an arcade game is you control your ship's systems. Primarily what's called ELS, or engines, lasers, and shields. You'll see in the upper left the L and the S. That's lasers and shield systems. That is the rate of regeneration that you're diverting to those systems. And you look at the upper right, you'll see the
What
E.
a
That's your
Jedi.
engines. The only two key commands you get are for the lasers and the that includes your ion cannon and the sorry, shields. I'm doing three things at once.
Vectoring in.
With your remaining energy being diverted to your engines, and that's what makes you go super, super fast. What I do is I don't usually use shield recharge. What I do is I set laser energy to maximum, and you see those red kind of bar graphs going across my targeting display there horizontally. That's your laser energy batteries. What you can do is shunt energy from your lasers into your shields. There we go. Come on. Let's get my wingmen to attack these guys. Oops.
This is 1. Yes, sir. Tightening formation.
0, 7, 1.
I got him.
Attack target type.
I waxed one.
Make use of your flights.
Keep it up.
Yeah, shields, lasers charge quicker, so to me, at least it feels faster. Oh man, that's a lot of warheads going on. It feels faster to just charge your shields. I'm sorry, charge your lasers, and then any excess weapon energy you have, just throw on over. Now with the A-Wing, if you're attacking slow targets like this, you can, if you want,
Outstanding.
throw some energy into the shields. You know, who cares? We gotta make a little sprint here and mix it up with these gunboats. That in particular is pissing me off. So, that's
Way to take him out.
any gunboats left? Alright, well, it looks like we got rid of the gunboats. The next highest priority is going to be these bombers. So, let's have
I got him.
squadron attack those. And then the real fun is going to be...
Hey, 2. Attacking craft. Dead ahead.
Let's see if we can tag some of these magpoles. No, much harder to hit than the heavy rockets.
They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, the problem
Take
is,
that.
I assigned my, remember when I put ion pulse warheads on my ship, my entire flight got them, which means they're going to start shooting them at starfighters, and it's kind of a waste. But it does stop. I'll explain about warheads here in just a minute. Dogfighting in this game, if you're used to, thinking 8 steps ahead and doing your high yo-yos and conserving your energy and, don't worry about that too much. Basically, who wins the dogfight, and sorry about that mic bump there. Dogfights in X-Wing games are like, can you point and shoot accurately quickly? So the if you want to get better, the best practice you can do is try and hit small, fast targets at high difficulty settings, like TIE Fighters, TIE Advanced, stuff like that. Speaking of TIE Advanced, let's see if we got any more bombers here. If not, I'm going to have my flight attack the TIE Advanced. Yeah, there we go. That's the next highest threat, because they're going to be attacking our B-Wings. we need those B-wings to attack their starships. So now we're going to be less interceptor, more escorts. Another thing too, if you play this game, you'll notice that TIE Avenger is almost broken. Anything in the TIE Advanced series, including the TIE Defender, they're so fast and they have excellent shields that regenerate really quickly. And they have 4 lasers that the Defender adds to ion cannon to that. They are extremely nasty and a threat to everything in space. So if you're in the A-Wing, you kind of owe it to your team to at least consider prioritizing these TIE Advanced because you're the only thing that can catch them in the dead run. Only thing that you can't match their firepower, but you know you've got enough to bring them down.
Hey, there's a bandit on your tail!
You know, he's taking an interest in me. Let's show him what we think of that. I mean, I'm flattered, really, but good shot. We're head away from the target. One thing you might want to consider binding to your HOTAS is Shift-I, which tells your flight to ignore that target.
This is 6. Designated target is all yours.
That's all mine. Like, if you really want to kill that thing for the points or whatever, or you just don't like the cut of his jib, Shift-I.
They're disabled.
X-Wing Alliance compared to other X-Wing games, including TIE Fighter, changed dogfighting a little bit. So notice I'm actually using my throttle, which I never did in previous games. Because it's actually worth doing in this game because it increases your turn rate to slow down. It's not your turn rate isn't determined by your speed. It's determined by your throttle setting. Key difference there, right? So
One less imp to worry about.
you know, you can't increase your turn rate by putting all your by slowing down by increasing your laser and shield regen rate. It doesn't work that way. It's based on your throttle setting. So pull it back to a third like this, and you're gonna get your maximum turn rate for your particular ship. All right, so I think the TIE Advanced are gone. So what that means is I'm gonna turn my attention to our primary. That primary target. We have 2 capital ships. This interdictor cruiser. I'm gonna try and find a laser gun and shoot it off.
Hey, 2, keep your distance. I'm so hot.
Okay. They're saying keep your distance because they that ship is firing at me, but it's turbo lasers. Turbo lasers, pretty much anything turreted. You'll notice over my gun sight there's 4 little dots. That one that just flashed green, it means they're locked on.
This is 1. I can use some help!
The trick to this is if you don't fly in a straight line, you're probably not going to get hit. And that goes for starfighters as well to a lesser extent, but if you want to not get shot by this, see how I'm sweeping left and right like that? And I'm still taking a hit because it's a low deflection angle for him. Pretty easy for him to hit me when I'm coming straight in like that. And his shields are almost out, so...
Report on primary target. Their shields are out.
Alright, so what I'm going to do, I could lock my ion pulse warheads on him, but he'll probably shoot him down, so I'm going to dumb fire them. That way he won't know they're coming. I'm going to fire 4 of them. I think that should do it.
Report on primary target. Their hull is heavily damaged.
Now he's
Primary
sitting duck
target
and
update.
TIE
They've
fighters.
been destroyed.
Excellent.
The only starfighters they have left are TIE fighters. That's not going to be too much of a problem. There's the Star Destroyer. Now, if you ever want to feel like a hero, now's your chance. Because you can attack the shield generators, just like you saw in Return of the Jedi. Yes, we can do this in the A-Wing we have right now. And hopefully without crashing into it. Let's see. Let's get...
Primary target update. Their shields are out.
Venturing in.
They brute force the shields down? We're doing really well. Normally what I do is I, well, oh, our cruisers are attacking it, that's why. Normally what I do is, I
Primary target update. Their hull is heavily damaged.
Dang, man, that's no joke. We're doing really well. Normally I have to...
Report on primary target. They've been destroyed.
Excellent. Normally how I do this is I'll go and I'll strafe these shield generators, and then hit him with ion warheads like you saw me do with the interdictor. That leaves it as a sitting duck, and you can just shut your engines off, put everything to full recharge, and shoot it until it explodes.
This is
Not
one.
too close,
I'm getting shredded here!
because yes, the explosion will kill you. And let's go mop up these TIE fighters. Oh, are you looking at me? Probably, because my team is hyperspacing home. Mission complete means most of the time the rest of your team says, I'm out, and they punch their ticket. There you go. Look, I'm not getting paid for this crap, I'm out. Anything else? Just escape pods and ejected pilots. Oh wait, here we go. And disable TIE fighters. Let's blow that up. So, target management, right? Fighters in the X-Wing series spawn in waves, right? And the second wave will not spawn until the first one is completely destroyed. So if you disable one like this, it's dead in space, it's not a threat to you, and it'll prevent the next wave from spawning. You can use that to your advantage in a lot of difficult missions. If you have ion cannons or ion pulse warheads, like, hey, you can wipe out the whole flight except for one and disable that one. He'll be dead in space, and you've effectively mission killed the rest of the squadron. Let's see if that spawns any noise. Let's see what we got. And you can use that to, like, buy yourself some time. Really what you want to do in this game is score as many points as possible. So yeah, wipe out entire fighter squadrons, take out Star Destroyers using the techniques we just demonstrated. You didn't actually get to see a Star Destroyer get taken out, so let's do that. You can see this wasn't a very high-scoring mission, because I didn't have to do as much work for some reason. I guess I just picked the right targets, and my team did a really good job, and I didn't even get to shoot the Star Destroyer. So let's make a new skirmish mission. I'm going to use good old. Let's use not the best ship you could get. Definitely not the worst, and it's more than adequate to take on capital ships. Yeah, I'll be disabling it with my ion cannons, so I'll use just. Let's go with advanced proton. Yeah, fit 8 of those things. Put an Imperial 2. We're going to increase his AI because it doesn't really increase his practical threat to you, but as you may have noticed, it increases the amount of points he's worth. Those points can increase your pilot rating. So if we're going to cheat a little bit. Let's give ourselves a couple of waves just in case I make a big mistake. A couple of respawns, and let's go to 3 kilometers so we don't have to wait forever to close in on them. Alright, so what we're going to do is, basically as we described earlier, we're going to strafe the, let's get that cockpit, takes up a lot of space. Alright. We're going to strafe those shield generators. We target them so we can kind of watch their health degrade as we attack. So how effective we're being. We're going to link our lasers to our ion cannons to get that extra punch, which you can't do in every X-Wing game. I'm glad they added that here. And we're going to gotta be a little careful with our speed in the Y-Wing. Speed saves you. We can talk about that at length some other time. But you don't have a lot of speed to spare in the Y-Wing, so I'm gonna be a little. I'm not gonna. A lot of times, what? Oh man, I got it. Excellent. As you can see, that top base AI is not really that great at hitting you. Alright, let's get out of here. Yeah, I take it back. Okay, the trick in these games, if you want to get promoted in the game, you want to get a lot of points, you want to look cool for your friends, or just for yourself, whatever. Pretty much any starfighter can take out any capital ship if you have enough time. See, what I'm doing here is when I did my attack run, he did hit me quite a bit, knocked down a lot of my shields. The trick is, starfighters can regenerate their shields fairly quickly. It'll give you enough protection to make an attack run or two. Or more if you're really good at evading and you don't have to focus on one single component of the ship. Like if I was just shooting the hull, I'll show you how that works in a second. You could sweep your nose across the whole big freaking cheese wedge and he'd have a harder time hitting you. You'd take fewer hits and you could probably make more runs where you have to break off and recharge your shields. Now, meanwhile, his shields don't really regenerate, especially if the generators themselves are shot off. So, actually, I find that Star Destroyer, even the Imperial 2, not that hard of a target to destroy. Because, kind of like they say in A New Hope, like they don't expect a small one-man fighter to be the threat, or they have a tighter defense. The laser cannons on this ship are actually spaced out quite a bit. There's a lot of distance between them over a large area, which is really good against another capital ship, but against you in the Y-wing here, well, you're a pretty slim target. You come, head on. How's that? See, that's not a big target to shoot at, right? So, that stuff all matters. The ships that are going to give you the hardest time are smaller ships that have turrets on them, like escort transports, assault transports, Corellian transports like the Millennium Falcon, system patrol craft, stuff like that. Those will put a hurting on you because you have to hold still to shoot, like I'm doing now, so I'm taking a lot of hits because I have to keep my nose on that small target to hit it. If you're attacking a system patrol craft, you have to point directly at the ship, which means your deflection angle is close to 0, which means he's probably going to hit you. It gets pretty dicey. Also notice my speed is down to 40, because I have my recharge rate on both shields and lasers to max. So I'm far enough away to where I can just kind of fly this nice lazy circle and he's not gonna do. Oh, I did knock his shields down. We don't need to waste our time charging full shields. It won't last that long. Let's do this, and like I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna come in. You can, it's not that he can't hit me, it's just less likely to, because I can just kind of spin and kick like this. Watch his system status.
Primary target update. They've been disabled.
He is disabled. Oh, did I lose my, wow, okay. Before I disabled it, he took out my targeting computer. That's fine, I don't need it. We're gonna shut off the ion cannon, because we need that extra energy to charge our shield battery and then throw that back into the lasers when they deplete. Like that.
Report on primary target. Their hull is damaged.
Do I have a damage screen here? Yeah, I think I have a damage components list. Damage assessment, all systems operational. There we go. So your R2 unit will, if you get systems destroyed, your astromech will fix it back up for you. And now he's basically, there's not too much to watch here. If you want to have some kind of fun, you can, find a laser turret here and see if you can blow it up. That should pop pretty quick. If I can hit it, pop, see it's gone. Oh, a note about what I'm running here. This is X-Wing Alliance from Steam, although I do have 2 copies of it on disk, the old CD-ROM. And I'm running the X-Wing Alliance upgrade, which you can download for free and install, and it brings the game into this age. So high-def graphics, pretty good stuff. The folks who I've been following that project for like 20 years. Very dedicated people doing
Primary target
3D
update.
modeling
Their
for the
hull
X-Wing
is heavily
series.
damaged.
And they've been working on this basically since the game came out. They're like, hey, that engine can do more than they're doing with it. So these graphics are quite excellent for a game that came out in '99. Modding communities
Primary
never
target
cease
update.
limits.
They're about to be destroyed.
Alright, so get ready to move here.
Report on primary target. They've been destroyed.
Put them on your back. Boom. That's it. That's how you destroy a Star Destroyer. I forgot to even use my warheads on them. So that's it. General ideas. How to attack a capital ship. Dogfighting practice. Let's do that real quick. If you want to get good, do this. TIE Avenger, top base. Give him a bunch of waves, as many as you care to fight. And just try to hit this little bitch. He's, you know, their evasion is actually pretty effective, although you kind of get the hang of where they're going to go after trying to chase a few down. Give yourself something like an X-Wing, doesn't really matter. And try to shoot it. You'll get better at aiming and therefore dogfighting. So generally what you want to do is you're going to want to engage them at maximum range, which is for your lasers, assuming you keep them supercharged, which you always should. 1.5 kilometers. If you can smack them at 1.5 kilometers, your Rebel starfighters are going to be able to, if they do hit you and they ding your shields, you're going to be okay. Meanwhile, TIE fighters, TIE interceptors, even TIE bombers, if you're flying something hefty like an X-Wing with a lot of firepower, you're gonna crack them like eggs before they can get in a range to really engage you. So that's that first shot, first kill kind of idea, only with Star Wars weapons. So I mean, if you're pretty quick and if you're a good shot with a Y-wing, really any Rebel fighter, you can wipe out a flight of 6 TIE fighters in a head-on pass. If you're good and you're quick and you're accurate, pop, 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 you can do that. And that's it. Just takes practice and you know, a good joystick. I do recommend, although when this game came out, the idea of using rudders, not a lot of people had them. They're pretty common on the market now. And if you can't buy rudder pedals, get a joystick with a twist grip. They're not too expensive. That way you can use roll independently of your pitch and your yaw. So that lets you do a lot of pretty cool evasions. You can make your evading spiral as tight or as loose as you care to do it, and throw in counter roll. You can roll into the yaw and make it real tight and super fast, or you can like you know, what if you were an aircraft, you would do like a side slip, like you're going to roll left and yaw right. That would, yeah, that's pretty good at throwing off the gunners. So yeah, that's it. I could talk about this game all day. You know, ship comparisons and tactics and energy states and all that stuff. But I'll save it. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you like X-Wing, I can restart this campaign and start from scratch, so you can see the story and all that stuff, and I'll talk all kinds of smack as we go. Anyway, thanks for watching, and good hunting out there.